Pro Football Weekly talks to scouts, evaluators, coaches from around the league and brings it to you in our Audible segment. Nolan, we start with one evaluator who was not all that complimentary of Ndamukong Suh, the Pro Bowl defensive tackle from the Lions, saying here that he's really not even playing as the best defensive tackle on his own team, pointing out Corey Williams is playing well, and goes as far as calling Ndamukong Suh a coward.
Yeah, I think that's taken a little bit too far. If you look at what he said about Corey Williams, I think that's a true testament about how Williams is playing. He's played very well. He's a rock inside on that defense. And I think he's really, the two of those guys together, I think, have been a solid force.
And still, Nick Fairley's still trying to get healthy and will help along that defensive line. He had more to say about Suh, though, really getting after him. And I said, when you look at the tape, he just gets blocked consistently. He takes plays off. Really, he's living off of kind of that reputation of where he got drafted number 2 overall, the sacks he had last year, which this evaluator says a lot came in mop-up time. And when really, he's also calling him a little dirty, which we've heard in the past.
Yeah, he's definitely earned a hard reputation for being a dirty player. I think a lot of GMs, old school evaluators, are very disgruntled watching him because there's nothing you can do. You see him tripping guys, you see him shoving after plays, and it's kind of frustrating to watch as a coach. So I think that he's definitely earned that reputation.
And I think a lot of fans don't realize yet, they see those numbers they put up as a defensive tackle, 10 sacks in his rookie year, assume that all is well with Ndamukong Suh. All is not well in Washington. Mike Shanahan's team in trouble. Shut out by the Bills last week, a Bills defense that was not the strength of that team. Shanahan could be in trouble, and maybe it's because of his coordinators. His son there on staff, Jim Haslett on defense, and Kyle Shanahan thought John Beck was a top 10 pick. That obviously doesn't look like the case. Mike Shanahan, does he have to make some changes?
Well, I think the biggest change he needs to make is at quarterback, and I think the biggest solution is finding a quarterback who can play. They're dealing with really what is a number 3 quarterback right now in John Beck. If you look at Dan Snyder's history, I think he's tending to interfere, but with Mike Shanahan in place, he's really let him do his own thing. I think he'll give him another year, and I think the key is they got to find a quarterback.
The coordinator stay?
I think he will stay. Whether Mike gets more involved, it remains to be seen. I don't know that he'll come right out and say it. He could take a more aggressive role. He may have already begun to do that now that they were blanked last weekend, but I think he will have more of an imprint on the game plan.
Always tough to deal with when family's involved. Those are the audibles we're hearing from around the league this week. For the best coverage of the NFL, check us out at ProFootballWeekly.com.